want to go to U.S. Representative Paul Broun. He is, again, raising the specter of Democrats turning the United States of America into a totalitarian state. Congressman, how are you, sir?
Good morning, Glenn. I'll tell you, freedom is too precious for us to not be ever vigilant to make sure that we stay engaged in trying to protect that freedom, and that's all I've been doing.
You said that Obama may be a fascist. You said that back in November, and you're saying it again now?
Well, actually, what I've said is that there are a number of things that someone who wants to establish an authoritarian type of government needs to do to be able to do so, one of which is to establish a national police force, a national security force. And back in July 17th of last year, Barack Obama, in a speech given in Colorado, went off his prepared text and said that, to quote him, quote, "We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force just as powerful, just as strong, and just as well-funded," unquote. He said we've got to have it. Then the other thing that is necessary is to institute gun control. We know that Barack Obama has historically fought for gun control. He was the board member on the Joyce Foundation in Chicago that has supported gun control groups. He has put in place those folks around him that are very ardent supporters of gun control that have said, like Justice Sotomayor and Eric Holder and others, have said that there's not an individual right to own a firearm, et cetera. And then the third thing that of many that they need, but these three particularly, they need to have control of the media. There's a tremendous adoration of Barack Obama throughout the media, and then those of us who stand up and just raise the specter of the possibility of establishing an authoritarian government, then we become Alinsky'd, as you and I both have.
Yeah.
We
yeah.
both know that.
Oh, the things there was a news outlet this weekend that referred to me as a terrorist.
Well, we saw the Homeland Security Department say that people like you and me need to be put on a terrorist watch list. They said that Christian conservatives, pro-life people, pro-Second Amendment people, veterans even, need to be put on a terrorist watch list. And I'm on the Homeland Security Committee in the U.S. House. The Secretary came and spoke to us and said that should never have been released. Well, I guess not, because it was a black eye upon this administration.
Hold on just a second. What about ELF? Didn't ELF blow up radio towers this weekend and said that they were going to stop the disinformation? I believe that happened in California just this weekend. I believe they are the #1 domestic terror group, and yet they weren't mentioned in that at all. We have people that are blowing up the natural gas pipelines in Canada, and yet nobody is talking about that. And I wonder why. Why did no one in the media really report? I mean, really go after? They're talking about all these violent, this is going to get violent at these town halls. There's going to be violence, violence, violence. Well, there was some violence. A guy had his finger bitten off by a supporter of Obamacare.
That's right.
Where?
Well, in fact, Glenn, this morning in the Athens Banner-Herald, the editorial talks about the possible violence at my town hall meeting. I'm sitting just one thin door away from a meeting hall where I'm holding a town hall meeting. We have had information that the Obama folks are busing people in here to disrupt our town hall meeting. So not only that, but to go back to these groups, we've seen these radical environmental groups who are terrorists. We have seen the radical animal protectors groups like the Animal Liberation Front and all these other groups. But not only that, but within the Obama administration, we see his diversities are that he's put in the Federal Communications Commission that said that they're going to have localization in radio stations to try to shut down radio talk shows like yours, Rush Limbaugh's,
of course they have to,
and others, and give those radio stations to other entities who are going to parrot what they want to have happen. So I'm just extremely concerned about all the things that I'm seeing. We have to be ever vigilant to make sure that we do not lose freedom. I'm an original intent constitutionalist, and I think the federal government should only be doing the